pound USD. Okay, so you can see it's pushing up a lot today, but probably because the dollar index is pushing down, so it's pushing this up. But I was looking for it to break this 126 level, and it did, and then immediately the next day just boom right through it. So last 3 days have been pretty bullish, but I do see this coming into a massive liquidity area right here, where it'll probably find some issues right around 127.5. So I'm actually going to adjust these for now, and we'll see what we're working with. So delete these zones because we don't need them right now. Our next main price, I'm actually just going to move this. We'll just move this up to here and change it to 127.5. So I do think that price is really significant now. And then 127.5. So yeah, about 127.5. So maybe a little bit higher, like 127.70, but we'll just leave it at this. So this is our main price that we're really concerned about. You can see price is really close to hitting it. It seems to be selling off a little bit, but yeah, I think it will push into this zone, and then we'll probably be looking for a nice short. I think yes, this is still bullish. It's way above this moving average, but you can see as of July, I guess mid-July, it's been lower lows, lower highs, and some real nice bear structure all the way down. So I think just with the and I do think the pound itself is going to sell off pretty good relatively soon, and then I think as soon as the dollar kind of stops pushing down, and if it even if it stays stagnant, this will come down as well. So because the dollar index and pound USD is obviously inversely correlated, so when the dollar gains strength, this will go down. So yeah, so I'm looking at price to come back into this area. I'm going to delete this for now, and then we're going to be looking at a position for next month. So I just want to look at the monthly range for this. It says it's about 525 pips, but this month it's only done 290. So last month it did reject quite a bit. You can see there's a zone here that must be functioning as a resistance now, which was once support, now resistance. So you had such a heavy sell-off last month, and then this month obviously tested some lows and is pulling up. So but I do think because it tested all these lower prices and is pulling up, I do think that next month will still touch all these prices again and retry to fill this wick. Because yeah, I don't really find this to be super bullish anymore, but it's just a feeling I have. But analyzing this and breaking it down, I'll delete this zone. This is confusing. So looking at next month, let's just say that this does go bearish. Let's say it can't break this zone. Once it hits, it's going to hit this area again, and let's say it can't break it, and we're going to start looking for short positions. You can see it did make a lower low, right? So like the structure is setting up, at least it was setting up, lower lows, lower highs, and now it's retracing. But price is below this 4-hour moving average, so that's a good sign. And ideally, once price hits this zone, if it hits this 127.5 level right here, it's going to meet this moving average, and that's going to function as resistance as well. So that's going to favor us. And then yeah, ideally just waiting for price to hit this zone and then just carry on into next month, and then we can kind of see. Don't really have any trades planned until next month begins, but I could say that 128, let's say, is our high for next month. And then just move this over a little bit more, and then 122.5 roughly our possible monthly low, just 550 pips, which kind of seems like a lot. I'd probably just put it at 500. So we'll say 123, which is the bottom in this zone, which that also still makes sense. And yeah, you can see this has dipped lower quite a few times, and it did break this initial low here. So, and I see that it is, I really do just think that this is retesting right now, or retracing, sorry. So you can see price came down to here, did retrace there, but since this segment here, never pulled back up at all. So it's been just straight down since. And you can see, I guess if you can count that as a retrace, it did just touch, but doesn't mean it can't retrace multiple times. So I mean, if you break down this segment here, This is your zone, your 618, and your 50% retracement zone is bang on right here. So if I delete this now, you can see that, you know, I'll even delete this zone. This is your 50%, between your 50% and your 618. So this is obviously where price is going to gravitate towards. Even though, like, because it's pulling up, you think, oh, it's bullish, you know, the bulls are back, but this is just getting ripe for the sellers. I mean, this is a good price to sell, you know, pound USD. So I think we'll see how this plays out, but I think I might be right on this. We'll see what it does, but when when price comes back up here, it'll you know, most likely retest this area and then continue back down. You can see that, which was once support becomes resistance, so price did break below this zone and then boom, is now using it as resistance, or I guess support for the sellers. So yeah, we'll just clean this up, I guess, put this back to how it was. This is the area I'm looking at, right around 128. I think I'll even put this, I'll put this right to 128 because I think I think just having these whole numbers in mind is really good, is 128 kind of being our high. So odds are it'll find liquidity resistance before 128 here. So it's very common for price to create zones below, like instead of price making all the way back up to this 128 area, it might make one a little bit lower. So we'll see how this month finishes off, and then I'd be looking for something like, you know, a short position. And obviously a bunch of things have to occur first, so and I'll go through them with you guys here just a moment. Let's just set this up here. So this is kind of what I'm looking at for next month. We'll target the 1st of October. I mean, I don't usually hold trades that long, but I like to break my trades into monthly, you know, segments. And then you might as well capitalize on the full monthly movement because it could still do 500 pips in a week. It does happen. So, but yeah, anyways, so for me to take this trade potential setup next month, obviously we need price to stay below this 4-hour moving average and find some sort of, you can see it's actually got, there's a zone right now, it's a very small zone, but it does seem to be respecting it. Last 4-hour candle really rejected, so who knows if this will hold. We'll have to wait and see, but I'll need price to stay below this 4-hour moving average, that's a for sure. And then, you know, break below this 1-hour moving average as well. You can see there's been you know, bull structure here, higher highs, higher lows on this 1-hour time frame. So we need that to completely end. We need to start making lower lows, lower highs. We need to break below this 1-hour moving average, and all that will probably occur in the next month. So I'll have to wait at least till the end of the week before, because let's see, the end of the month is technically tomorrow, so the 1st, so September 1st is Friday, so the beginning of the month is Friday. Now I wouldn't really count that as the start of the month as far as like trading goes, so I'd just wait till the following week. And then also we're going out of summer hours now, we're going into fall, so the normal trading hours are going to, liquidity anyways is going to resume, and because a lot of people go on holidays, right, banks and stuff, a lot of people, a lot of trading institutions go on holidays during the summer, right, makes sense. So getting back to business come fall time, so I like that. The markets will pick up, and we'll take advantage of it. So I'm waiting for price as of right now, like 127.8, kind of where this is, where this zone is. If price can come up to here, reject this moving average, start making lower lows, lower highs on these smaller time frames, then yeah, then I'd be looking to probably target, you know, 123 area, and then ideally you want it to break a main liquidity area. So the one we have right now, and odds are price will make a new one up here, but the one that we currently have right now is at 125.5 ish. So I would like this area to break before entering a short, but I think it's going to create a new one that I can break probably up here somewhere. I mean, even you can see anytime there's wicks, those are your liquidity areas, right? So if you can see a pattern, if you can see like groups or bunches, you know, you can see right here, like price really respected this area and then broke it, retested, 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 broke it again. So odds are this is going to be a nice area of liquidity for price to break. And so then if it breaks this, and like I said, on this 1-hour time frame, starts creating lower lows, lower highs, so the opposite of this, and then breaks below this zone here, then you're probably good for a short. So we'll wait till next month though, wait for this to all set up. Today's super bullish, that's good. You know, I hope price makes its way all the way up, although I hope price makes its way all the way up to 128 here, and then starts rejecting, and then we get in on the best price possible. So the higher this goes, the better my sell position is going to be. So that is my take on pound USD. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.